Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Better Life podcast. I'm Scott Jones, your host, and I'm joined by Daryl Evans. So, this week we're going to talk about the fear of success. So, do you have anything to say about the fear of success overall? Why is there something to be afraid of success?
Yeah, this is a very strange topic. This one, and one that's close to my heart. Actually, it really, how can I say this? Winds me up, like really gets to me. This the fear of success is simply people, talented individuals. I think everyone is a talented individual. We were all born here for a reason. When these people don't believe in themselves, what they do is visualize their future, but visualize them failing in their future, therefore uh, resulting in the fear of success. What it means is, in my business, I take a singer. A singer might be one of the most talented people I've ever met, um, and that singer could easily earn a living through being a singer, but that singer doesn't commit to being a singer because of the fear of success. What that means is succeeding and then thinking that you're not good enough for it, thinking that you're not worthy of it, that you don't deserve it, or that other people will laugh at you. The fear of success holds a lot of people back. One of my favorite sayings is not that it's not that people aim too high and miss, it's that people aim too low and hit. That's what holds them back. That they are too comfortable in their situation, and when you get comfortable, you never stop growing. So then that becomes their fear, and that it's kind of like a motivator for them not to do it because they think that they're not good enough to do it.
With singing, there comes some fame to it as well. Do you think people are afraid of that, maybe getting famous?
Yeah, but there's a lot of different aspects involved into it, and it basically revolves around that same point as whether they feel they are deserving of that fame or deserving of that money, deserving of that recognition, because um, A, they're not used to it, and B, they have that self-doubt within them that would, even if someone said they are really good, they would have to question it, like, because of their own self-disbelief, like.
So, these individuals just don't have enough self belief, enough confidence in their own abilities, then.
Yeah, sadly, that's what it is. It's usually it's usually developed from like a childhood thing where certain situations will lead you to thinking in a certain way, and that just because it's never been addressed or correctly dealt with, that thinking system becomes like their belief system, and every time that you pay him a compliment or something like that, they will question it, and they'll just think, he can't be talking about me, or I'm not good enough. Perhaps he's just saying it because he likes me. They'll find that kind of excuse to like reject it rather than just saying, oh well, perhaps I am good. And that's the difference between people um, who make it successfully and people who don't make it, is knowing, not to quit and carry on, like, and that these things that knock you back and all of that sort of thing are just there to build your character, and that it's okay to fail. That's another thing that comes with it. People are afraid to fail, especially in public, like where everyone is watching. People are afraid to fail, and that's what they avoid. That's what the fear of success kind of is like, is avoiding success, basically.
So altogether, they're just afraid of stepping out their comfort zones and from self-doubt, more or less, is it?
Yeah, that's kind of it. And then it doesn't take long for these again, like I said in the last episode with the money, you just kind of change your relationship, change the way you think, and you'll see absolutely drastic improvements. Um, so instead of thinking, perhaps he's just paying me a compliment, because he likes me. You just say, oh well, perhaps he really does think I'm good, and that would then stem onto another one and stem onto another one and start to build up your self-confidence. It's very difficult to do when you've always thought in a certain way, but if it isn't working for you, then you need to readjust the way you think. And this is always a good starting point when you're going out on that path, is to start believing in yourself rather than putting yourself down every chance you get.
How would you say you can make these changes to your life then, to step out this comfort zone, to get away from the fear of success?
You got to start small, same as everything. Our life is one big routine, basically. We wake up, we have our little routines, we go to work, we do our routines in work, we go home, we do our routines, we go to bed. Even sleeping in bed has a routine. So what you got to first of all do is just recognize your little routines and then slightly do something different. And just start first of all with just like change one little part of a routine, and then change two parts, and then this will just gently broaden your horizons and open up your eyes a little bit. And when you do the same thing, then when people are paying you compliments or similar situations, rather than thinking the thing you've always thought of, disbelief, just change that and just say, well, thank you, and take the compliment, because a lot of people can't take compliments. I find that very strange. I do. Just start there very smallly. Just notice when you do it, and then slightly change how you do it.
And how fast are the process of these changes in?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down individually again, I think, same as everything. A lot of generally, is the younger the person, the quicker they'll pick up these sort of things, because usually the elders are a lot more set in their ways. So trying to tell them something is that they've been doing is wrong is very difficult. Try telling your grandparents they're wrong is like it's like sacrilege, like but yeah, it's you'll find that the younger you are, usually the quicker and the faster that not always, but usually the quicker and faster you'll pick it up and start to implement it in your life and see advantages coming from it.
With running Cylent Beatz yourself, have you had any fears going into it?
I did when we started, but then I discovered obviously the law of attraction and attracting. If you're sitting there worrying about stuff, then you're going to bring up more situations for you to worry about. So what I did was stop worrying and just implementing as much as I could. I just spend every day working as hard as I can, and it's slowly but surely paying off.
With success, as ever, it does bring a lot of positives, but there's many negatives as well. And do you think people are lacking then, focusing on the positives of being successful, just fearing then the negatives?
Yeah, what we got to think of as well is there is no such thing as like a negative. It's just a different situation that allows a different part of our character to build and to take the front stage, if you will, for the moment or that part of your life, like so although yes, we call them bad things like people dying and all that sort of thing, but that's part of life. So it's not really that bad when you know about it for like all your life. Death is not a bad thing, but yes, tragedies and all that do happen, but then these things test different aspects of our character and our our personalities, and they allow then us to grow in different ways. These situations are it's just perspective. That's all it is. There's no such thing as a bad thing. It's just your perspective on the situation is of a negative element. So there's no such thing as a negative. It's just how you were looking at the situation.
It's amazing how this topic kind of binds into our last topic as well.
Yeah, you'll find that when you talk about the law of attraction, actually everything kind of stems back to this one topic. Like, although you can talk about lots of different things, That's why we did it at the Law of Attraction episode 1, really, because it's a good thing to understand that, to understand the more complex things and how they work in them.
And it's just branching out from there, is it?
Yeah, it is just branching out, and the Law of Attraction takes many different forms, but ultimately it all comes down to you and your thoughts and feelings.
Okay, well, thank you very much. If anyone out there has any fear of success, fear of money, anything like that, just listen back to Law of Attraction and set your mind at ease. So thank you again for broadening our minds, Dar.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.